Hey, it's Heather Baxter here. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are visiting for the first time, welcome. I upload videos every Friday, and we are currently in the Visioneering series. So I pick out different series, different Bible topics, and we go on a journey together. So right now we are currently in the Visioneering series, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of navigating your dream. So today when I was watching the Dr. Oz show, it just so happened that I was having lunch and he was on the TV. It's not something that I watch every single day, but it was Faithful Friday. So he had very well-known faith leaders on. Priscilla Shirer was one of them, and she is one of my favorite faith leaders. So what the whole show was about today was if an individual has a passion or a longing desire to become something, but the reality is this is what they're doing now. How do they know to go after their passion? How do they know that it's safe to go in that direction? And so one of the young girls was to write down what her deepest desire was. And she said, I want to become a therapist and help people with eating disorders. So all these faith leaders came out and they made her kind of travel in a circle, and each faith leader spoke to her. So the first faith leader, which was Priscilla Shirer, went on to say how important it is to write down specifically what you want to be, what your biggest passion and desire is. There's so much power in writing it down. And you'll notice through the whole Visioneering series, even from the very first video that I posted, it's all about writing your vision down, making it plain on tablets, making a vision board. So I'm just saying, go ahead and check out the link below. And I have that first video. I also have the whole playlist for the Visioneering series because it starts right there. It starts with writing it down and making it plain. And so she did that right on TV. They had a tablet and it came up and she said, I want to be a therapist and help people with eating disorders. Then she went on to the next faith leader and he went on and said, okay, I'm understanding that you have a dilemma. You are a lawyer, a full-time lawyer now making incredible money. So it is a big risk for you to go in the direction and navigate into the direction of your dreams, because now it's optimism and realism. It's faith and fact. It's intuition and planning. So she has all the facts of what if and what could be and what should be. So she's optimistic. She sees the dream. She understands her passion. She feels it. But in reality, she says, can I really do this? I'm going to definitely take a pay cut. Things in my life are going to change. But that faith leader went on to say, by faith, you will move in this direction and you will see all doors open and things will come to pass because God created you to go in this direction. He put those desires there and he blesses as you move in that. But it does take faith. There's no way that you can take optimism and realism, intuition, and then begin to plan without faith being your backbone. So let's go ahead today and talk about how do you navigate your dream. I'm going to use the acronym DREAM, and I just want you to be thinking about these things. If you're stuck in that place right now and you're really going, well, this is my reality, but I'm being optimistic. I have intuition and I want to plan, and you're battling between faith and fact. So today I'm hoping that you can just look at the things that I'm going to share with you, put it on paper, and it just nudges you enough to say, I got to move by faith. So the letter D, a diligent dreamer. You need to begin with just being a dreamer. And that's exactly what every faith leader said to her on Dr. Oz today. They said, what is your deepest passion? What is that? Write it down. Make your destination so clear. So I'm asking you to start. Again, what could be and should be in your life? What do you want to be? What do you want your marriage to look like? What are you desiring in your relationships? Make it crystal clear. Act like you're ordering something and you're writing every detail down. She made hers so clear. And I love what Priscilla Shirer said. Without any aim, we miss. If we don't have aim, we miss out. You have to direct your passions with an aim. You have to write it down and know where you're aiming. Because when it comes down to dealing with fact and faith, you have the facts of where you want to go, but now you have to aim only with faith as you begin to plan. So a diligent dreamer starts with the desire. When they see a need and you want to fill it, that is a diligent dreamer. So is there a need that you see? Is there a what could be, should be in your life that you feel like you want to run after? Maybe God's created you with that passion, specifically you. And when you're obedient to that passion, you're going to begin to bless in the area that you were called to. And then in return, you're going to have favor and be blessed. And so when it comes down to operating in reality, like, am I going to make the budget? Am I going to be able to quit my job and do this? Yes, we got to ask ourselves those things. But if you're really doing what God's called you to do, and that's sometimes where we got to look at our faith line and we got to put that backbone on, you have to trust that He's going to open every solid door for you. There are risks. Now remember this, the moment of opportunity also presents great danger. But it's in the opportunity that we begin to experience our greatest desires. So it's going to be a risk. You are going to hit obstacles. You are going to hit struggles. You are going to hit roadblocks. So go ahead and start writing those risks down. Writing down what you see that's coming in your pathway. A lot of times it's going to be people. You're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people that are saying, what are you doing? You can't even handle that. Think about this. How do you think Noah felt when he was building an ark and it has never rained? Not an ounce of rain. Not one raindrop had fell from the sky. But he knew he had to build this ark and he had to get this ark ready for all of the animals. And so he was building and God gave him exact measurements. He told him exactly what to do. He built that ark by faith. So a lot of times we're building our dreams by faith and God begins to bless. And everybody else around you may make fun of you. They may say, well, she's never going to go anywhere. That's never going to happen. It's never going to rain. But you keep becoming a diligent dreamer. The letter E, establish. You have to establish strategies and goals when you're going after your dreams. And so for me, you'll notice on my back vision board right over here, I have 10 main goals that I want to accomplish in 2017. And then I have a way that I strategize those goals monthly and weekly and daily. So I am moving toward them and I'm beginning to see my life goal more focused. You have to begin to build brick by brick by brick. Sometimes dreams don't come overnight. Sometimes it takes planning and strategizing and figure some things out and get things laid out. You just don't build a building. We have to lay out the blueprints, then you figure out the bricks, you figure out the mortar, you figure out all the men that you have to hire, and you begin to build. So it takes time. You have to put strategies into place. And so maybe we need to learn how to strategize our prayer life, our spiritual life, in order to hold us up when we're coming against all those obstacles during that season of risk. Maybe we have to strategize our emotional life too. Because a lot of times when you're going after your dream, whether it is working on a marriage, that can be a dream, working on relationships, getting your finances back in order. Sometimes we're already emotionally beat up. And so we have to establish goals and strategies to keep us healthy, to keep us standing strong. So there's strategies and goals in all kinds of areas, whether it's personal, in your business, and then maybe in your work world, but you have to learn how to strategize all of that. And so in my last video for the Visionary series, I'm going to share my personal day planner. I'm going to share my dream journal and my personal work planner. And I want you to see how I strategize each area of my life. Because in reality, not everything's coming to pass exactly the way I want to see it. But I know God is slowly opening doors. So I have to balance my work life to be able to pay for the bills that I have personally and just, maintenance. Of course, girls, right? Your hair, your nails, little things that you want to do. I want to be able to take care of those things. And then I have 3 growing teenagers. So I do right now have a part-time job that pays for those areas as I'm growing my full-time dream business. And so I had to strategize and plan for that. You've got to establish a strategy before your dream is real full. You've got to begin somewhere. So how are you establishing those dreams and goals? And we will talk about that again in the next video when I really kind of go through each planner with you. Okay, the letter A, accountability. One, we need to be accountable to God first. And they explain that on Dr. Oz today, which I thought was so incredible that right on public TV, they were talking about Every dream, every passion that is inside of us was created by God in the first place. So we must be accountable to Him, and we must operate only in faith. There is no way we're going to get that arrow going and hitting that bullseye without a relationship with God and without faith in the mix. That was the number one. The other thing I think is that we need to have some people on our team. We need to have some people that are believing in us, that are cheering for us. And I'm telling you, that's very few, because there's so many around you that are either going to be jealous, or they're just naysayers, or you know what? They've never had a dream, and so they're confused, and therefore they can't jump on it with you. And so there's a lot of things going on there. There's going to be a few cheerleaders. When you see those cheerleaders in your arena, you stay right there, because that is a sign that God is at work, and that is where you need to join Him. So sometimes you just need to be doing some scouting. You need to be putting yourself out there. You need to be sharing your dream carefully. But you'll know where the doors are opening, and you need to be sensitive to that, because you need a few good people on your team, because they're going to cheer you on and they're going to help you stay accountable to your dream. The last letter is M, and M stands for multiply. You really want to multiply the dream by inspiring others and encouraging them. And what happens is when you're excited about your passion and that deep root that's inside of you that you just want to see spring up and flourish, when you begin to share that, when you begin to share your plans and your strategies with others, you begin to get other people jumping onto your vision. And sometimes when other people connect to you in your vision, it multiplies your vision and also plants ideas in other people. And maybe a new vision that's connected to your vision begins to take root. And that's how you grow your team. And so if you're in this alone and you're growing something for a community, so let's go back to the lady on Dr. Oz who wants to be a therapist and is really excited about helping others with eating disorders. Well, as she shares that dream, shares her plans and strategies, whether she's going to start in a clinic or whether she's going to start teaching or going around in schools, when people begin to hear her and they're encouraged by her, they will help her multiply your dreams. So let me take myself, for example. A very great mentor of mine and an agent said, you wrote your first book, but nobody becomes famous with a first book. It takes a second book and a third book. It takes you sharing your passion to an audience of 0, but knowing that you're sharing because that passion is inside of you. So you go ahead and you share. No matter what. It doesn't matter how many likes you get and who shared your stuff. You're going to share it no matter what, because it is your passion. And that is truly my heart and my spirit. I'm going to share and talk to nobody. I will talk to my doggies in my room, and I'll still feel like I've accomplished God's purposes. Now, that's really not happening, but that's how great my desire is. I don't need a gigantic audience cheering me on. The passion is right there. But what I'm trying to say is when you share your vision and you begin to create a community for other people to be encouraged by what you do and what you say and what your message is, you're only going to multiply your vision through others. And so it's important to share it. It's important to set yourself up. It's important to believe in yourself through faith and go ahead and launch that. And it'll take time to build that dream. It'll take time to build that community. Nothing happens overnight. Every strategy, every goal that you meet, every door that opens, you become stronger and your dream becomes clearer to those around you. And then you become a more diligent dreamer. So I'm hoping that today's message was a blessing to you. I'm hoping that you really understand what it means to navigate a dream. So if you're in a place where you're stuck between intuitions and planning, optimism and realism, faith and fact, I'm hoping that you can just put faith behind you, work on your relationship with God, listen to Him. Be so important, because I could be in a day where I'm really battling with some obstacles. I have risks in front of me. I have bills in front of me. I have reality in front of me, but I have to operate on faith. And many times God comes and speaks through a word, a faith-based message or a friend. You need to be open to that, because you've got to move on faith. And it tells us in the Word of God that faith comes by hearing the Word of God. So thanks for joining me today. Let me know that you have enjoyed the Visioneering series. If there's something else, again, that you want to hear on my channel, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Talk to me about how you're navigating your dreams. Talk to me about something that works for you. Share it in the comments below. I'm so happy that you're here. Again, subscribe to my channel. If you want, you can find Facebook, you can follow me on Instagram, and I love Snapchat. So again, that's just an area of my social community where I'm always talking about inspiring success and building the faith just by talking about the reality that we're all dreamers and we all have something that we want to go after. I mean, what's inspiring you? What's working for you? And thanks again for joining me. Blessings and happy dreaming.